Hi guys, Joe Sarge with Keep Pushing Through. Today we're going to talk about scale addiction and how it can actually derail you from your healthy lifestyle journey. I used to step on the scale 3 or 4 times a week, if not every day, just to see if my weight loss plan was working or my exercise routine was on point. But what I never considered, which I think a lot of folks don't, is some of the variables that go into what the scale displays. 2 of these things in particular are going to be water weight and muscle gain, which are both going to have a direct reflection on what your scale displays. So without further ado, let's dive on in. Now, I said from the very beginning that I'm not a big proponent of using a scale. And one of the main reasons is because I'm not going to evaluate all of my hard work based on one result, which may or may not be accurate. And because of this, at the end of the video, I'm going to share a couple other techniques that will help you kind of double check your progress up against what the scale has to say. But back to the scale for now. A lot of us have it in our head that weight loss means fat loss, and that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of other parts of our body that are losing weight at the same time that we're losing fat. In particular, we're looking at both muscle and water, as I previously mentioned. How much you're losing is going to depend on 2 different things. First, there's going to be the food that you're consuming. And secondly, the exercise routine that you're performing. And speaking of food consumption, let's talk about sodium, as in the 270 milligrams that's found in the ranch dressing that you put on your salad, or the over 800 milligrams found in 1 tablespoon of soy sauce that you use in your veggie-only stir-fry. The Mayo Clinic did a study, and they found that on average we take in 3,400 milligrams of sodium a day. That's double the recommended intake. Now, because of this, your body's going to hold on to a lot of extra water to assist the kidneys when they're ready to expel all the unneeded sodium. Of course, this is going to have an effect on your total weight. And one more point about food consumption: what goes in must come out. And as gross as it may sound, waste actually contributes anywhere between 1/4 to a full pound on average to your weight. Now, on to a much more desirable topic. I also spoke of exercise routines. And this is important because as your body loses weight, it also loses muscle. As you increase resistance training, you help protect your body from that loss, and at the same time, burn fat. It's a win-win. Having said that, as you gain muscle, you're burning fat, but the scale doesn't know the difference. So when you see those small increases or you see your weight staying the same, you shouldn't really question it. The fact is, you might very well be doing everything perfectly correct. So there you have it. That's my take on why using a scale to singularly assess your progress is not always a great idea. However, it is one of the most convenient and easiest things to use, right? So how about a few tips on what you probably should do when you're going to decide to weigh in? First, be sure to weigh yourself once every couple of weeks. And the reason for that is because you're not going to notice major differences in just a few days. As we said, there are other factors that could play in a part of what the scale shows. Waiting a couple weeks gives you a better idea of how much you're actually losing. Number 2, be sure to have a light meal the night before. As we also mentioned about food in our body, that food is still going to be in your belly when the time comes for you to weigh. The next tip would be try to weigh yourself first thing in the morning, right after your morning bathroom visit, only because every ounce counts. And last, weigh yourself naked. And the reason here is because clothing also adds weight to the scale. And because consistency is key, it's the only way you could truly be consistent every time you step on the scale. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said there were 2 other techniques that you'll be able to supplement with your scale. The first is going to be take a picture, because seeing is believing. Do this once every couple of weeks, and then compare your very present picture with what you first took in this whole journey. These pictures are going to provide excellent motivation in the future, whether it's a week, month, or year down the road, just to keep you on the path of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. And the second is use measuring tape. There are plenty of charts online that you can find that shows you exactly where on your body you should be recording your inches. I'll also have a link in the description to one that you can use as well. Again, seeing is believing, and watching certain parts of your body shrink while other parts start to grow is nothing less than inspirational. So here's your homework for the week. First, step on a scale and record your weight, simply because you have to start somewhere. Also, find yourself an online chart so that you can start to record inches in various parts of your body, whether it be your hips, your waist, or your biceps and triceps. And third, take your before shots. These are the ones, again, that are going to provide you with nothing more than motivation as you go down the path and compare them to your present day pictures. So guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below, as well as give me a thumbs up. And as always, be sure to subscribe, and not just subscribe, but click the bell so that you're notified every time I have new content uploaded to the channel. Until then, this is Joe Sarge encouraging you to keep pushing through. Take care.